Yo, what's up, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of So What You Hear. I'm Jay.
I'm Greg.
Jeff.
And this week, it's part one of the NFL Combine. Obviously, there's Combine Friday, Saturday, Sunday, which can't be covered because this video will already be out. So we're going to take care of day one, and we're going to talk about it. And next week, we'll jump into everybody else. Trust me, we're going to go over almost everything. So today, they had D linemen and linebackers, DT interior linemen, DNs, edge rushers, and the linebackers. The coverage was pretty fun. I like, Rich Eisen and them are entertaining.
Yeah,
I idolize Rich Eisen. Him and Matt, I want to be like the baby of him and Pat McAfee. That would be like my dream.
See,
would be.
I don't want to be the baby.
there.
Nothing like that. I want to be I want to be us.
I want to sit right there.
You want to be the weird man child, huh?
That's all I watch. But anyway, yeah, they have really good coverage. I think the linebacker coverage, they were skipping around a lot. A lot of guys.
I think it was right
As the day went on, we saw less and less of the drill.
Yeah, so
They
we're gonna give you the little bit of what we saw and where they kind of skipped around with the coverage. So we'll tell you what we saw linebackers, and then we'll work backwards to
the beginning
end of the draft to the front of the draft, or combine, not draft. That's weeks from now. But so we're gonna start linebackers.
April 25th, right?
Yeah, April 20th.
Yes.
I'm excited. I'm sorry.
Well, you were saying that watching the combine gets exciting now.
You just watch the future. You get I don't know. Some of these guys, you look at them and we gonna know his name. It's just people you're impressed from the go. Just the 40-yard dash gets you.
And
you just
also when you see the height, weight, and what they run, doesn't do it enough justice. When you see them in the drills and you see, okay, I see why they brought you.
And even
same
had
token.
a hard time. I think once they got their rhythm, I think in the drills.
Yeah,
and you can also tell the ones who are very raw but who can be molded.
Yes. Yeah.
And then also when you're watching and you're a fan of a team and you need y'all need run defense and we're watching D tackles that are massive and moving
that's it. You can just visualize that's
you need a quarterback.
Store. I have two of those.
You need a quarterback, and it gets to the day of the quarterbacks, and you're watching this guy out there, run a ridiculous 40, hit everybody on the field wherever he wants to put the ball. You're like,
it makes you more excited.
So we're gonna go get that guy.
Yeah,
right?
now you're anticipating the draft. I feel like this.
Yeah.
The comment always sets it up. New beginnings. So the linebackers, first, okay, this Peyton Wilson.
He stayed. Yeah.
Oh my God, he's fast. A 4.44.
Yeah.
I mean, he did it like it was.
But as a linebacker, that's that crazy speed.
I mean,
them guys that are going to sit there and stuff the run and then still be able to make it out to.
He made it look so easy. He really did.
And I mean, the drills I did see of him, he looked like he was running that speed. Because sometimes you get guys that, I'm taking off on a straight line, I'm fast, but then when you get him changing direction on field, you're like, yeah. He looked like he was moving that speed.
Yeah, even through
on everything.
Yeah, I agree. He looked good. And was it Dallas? Was it Turner? I think it was. He was right behind him.
Yeah.
He was more so a prototype Alabama linebacker coming out. You know what you're going to expect. He's good in space, makes great tackles, has good speed, has good feet.
He's really
he definitely showed up in his drills.
He was full foot step. He looked. I mean, he was. Because he was the fastest until Wilson came out. He was the very last person, so you're like, okay, with this one,
oh wow,
my bad.
You're definitely
respect.
See what you did there.
It's just they're bigger, they're
faster,
every combine.
And then you saw in the national championship, Washington got some linebackers, so I mean.
Oh, you mean Edifon Olufosu?
Yeah.
That guy.
He was out there. Running a 4.5 that and he's a pretty big dude at 236. That's
he's 6 foot, but still.
National championship didn't exactly go his way, but the boy played. He was out there. They did what and then in every game they played before that, he was out. What was it? It was Texas before that, right?
Yes, because they in Texas.
that was supposed to be a super shootout, and Washington's defense, and because the linebackers well, yeah. But anyway, I mean, he was seriously like out there putting in work against a very explosive offense.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, it was.
I think we lost Craig.
I think we lost Craig right here.
It was great.
We've been practicing saying
We've been practicing saying his name. That was my first. I apologize.
Oh, to get that.
It was smooth.
It was good. We did so good. I mean, we were.
I really tried, but no, it was. I mean, linebackers all over were good.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think this day the cream of the crop were the D line.
Yeah.
The D line was definitely cream of the crop.
Yeah. I was impressed.
I like, for instance, for DNs. I think DN wise, like my favorite DN of the day probably would be Chop Robinson.
Yeah.
Chop.
Like Chop was doing. I didn't know who. I really didn't remember his name, but I knew he had a name that was just like Saul or something. But he had something.
Yeah, and he told the story about how he got his name and everything.
Yeah, we ain't got to tell that.
But he was out there
off the charts, 4.49. You're right. What else? He was actually in all his drills. You just saw his speed. You saw his footwork. He was definitely very loose in the hips. It was,
when he hit bags where he had to go around the bag, it was quick. It was smooth. It was effortless. But then when they needed him to move the bag, there was just power in his arms. His swim move. His like club move was just nasty.
Yeah.
And to be able to put that much agility and speed with explosive hands,
it's impressive.
That can do a lot.
He was very impressive to watch. I must say, yeah.
And I also thought the Atalatu,
they were talking about him earlier before it even started.
Yeah.
So
I think I saw him at the end of the drills. Like on top of being very athletically gifted, at the end of the drills, he's sitting there like kind of helping people go through it.
Yeah, like cheering them on.
Cheering and stuff.
Yeah, like the linebackers, he was out there with them and stuff. So
he's definitely somebody who's going to corral your team. He's going to bring that energy.
He's gone through hardship himself, so you take that.
That would be the only knock is that neck gonna ever become a problem.
Yeah, it's a medical.
Yeah, that was supposed to be.
I mean, they say he was.
I'm already watching Kirk.
He played rugby right after. It's insane.
I'm already watching Kirk Cousins jump around on an Achilles. So medicine injuries aren't what they used to be. So
and you can tell he's a tough guy.
He's
and very determined to play football.
Who else did you got? Oh,
Miles Cole.
Yeah, Miles Cole, Texas Tech.
Yeah, there was a little bit of talk and conversation. Obviously, we get invited.
He doesn't look. He looks nothing you would think.
Yeah,
like when he splits in.
Yeah, because he's tall. And you're like, but he's not carrying. He doesn't like he's carrying much weight, but he weighs almost 280.
Yeah.
He didn't look that. And then his speed kind of it was like he ran like a 40 runner. 4.6, like a 4.6.
4.6, yeah.
And so you're like, okay, so speed. But then you saw him in the drills, especially that one where he went in the 8 when they did a figure 8. You saw he was able to get. He was able to get low.
Let's go blue.
And then and keep it. So I was like, okay, so he has all those things, and then also when you talk about that bag slapping, him hitting all the hitting everything like that and dipping, he had that smooth,
that really clean dip.
So it was good. And honestly, he's somebody else who could be I was thinking a 4th rounder or a 5th rounder, somebody who gets a little behind, people forget, but he's good.
But once he gets in the league, he's the guy who's going to be stacking.
I don't know. I mean. There's several people we got to talk about yet who I would love to come to the Titans, but I wouldn't be mad because
y'all could use some edge.
We definitely use them because honestly, I think Harold Landry,
Jared Verse. We ain't even talking from SC.
We didn't get into him. That's what
he was.
Now what? I would love to have him on the other side of freaking Justin Simmons. That'd be nice.
Have him outside, just coming in, pushing him up into the pocket. Jeffrey Simmons inside, just eat him up. Oh, that'd be beautiful.
So there was the defensive ends, yes, but I'm sorry, we're gonna keep talking.
We're still not quite. We're getting to the stars. I think everybody's agreeing on that one. Linebackers look good, DNs look very impressive. Now we get into the D tackles, and these
Yeah.
These kids were nasty.
I was definitely,
And
yeah.
especially with a Dallas fan who needs D tackle. She was
Oh.
foaming at the mouth.
Yes, somebody who could just get to that running back and
Just stop.
yeah. I was. Yeah, I think was it Devondre Sweat? Devondre Sweat, I think yes.
6'4", 360.
I can see him of a star. It's a long time to a big guy, you know.
I mean,
No, and he's massive.
He's
massive. And he's agile for being massive.
It was like, look at that big boy move.
Cam Jordan was impressed.
Yeah,
he's moving.
That big boy go. Yeah.
He is mean.
So I was definitely like, maybe. With the vibe.
And we're not, and also besides him, like Braden Fisk.
Oh, he's scary,
Florida
right?
Florida State.
That is a big guy to be. I mean,
I know he's not gonna be there when we get there, so I know he's gotta go early. Like,
I mean, you talking 290? That's the lower end of a defense or DT, but 290 with that kind of speed and agility. I mean, he had defensive end speed and agility, and he's working the inside. That kid is crazy.
And everything he do well. Like the whole, like you just impressed each. I didn't care what it was. Like each drill, he was impressive. Like you just stop and like watch. Like he was so impressive. He really was. Like.
And the "Let's Go Blue" chant was to remind me of Chris Jenkins.
Oh yeah,
we knew with that. I mean, we've seen it all year. We defensively, we've seen it all year. You saw it against Bama. You saw it against Ohio State. You saw it against Penn State. You saw it against Washington. Like our pass rush gets there. Jenkins is one of the main ones that it gets there. That
so
you put him on your team, he's gonna. You're getting something.
So you want him in blue and red?
Oh my God! I mean, I don't think it'll happen because I don't want DT as our first round pick because we do have. We have Ashawn Robinson. We got Dexter LeWitt.
Yeah, you definitely offense.
Yeah. But, and I don't think he'll be there second, third round. But yeah,
I think I think my favorite probably was Byron Murphy the second from Texas.
Yeah,
like I don't know what it was, but he was fluid.
Yeah, and
everything. He was fluid in everything. He was. I loved everything from 40 to cone drills to whatever else they were doing. You saw his power.
He looked very like. I don't know, focused.
Yeah.
Like, he was very focused in every
It was a raw, savage power.
Yeah.
Like, but while being very smooth and calculated in his movement. And to be able to balance that, that's dangerous. Low center of gravity. Yeah.
This was really good. I'm impressed.
They would impress me thoroughly.
I was.
Somebody who I thought in the beginning, like Logan Lee, his 40 wasn't real eye-popping to me. But when we saw him going through drills,
on the field,
he's fundamentally sound.
Perfect.
And he's like one of those guys you get late rounds, but he's definitely going to be where it's like, I know he's going to go in there and do exactly what I need him to do, and without me having to.
Any kind of molding with a good defensive coordinator, and he is going to be a stout, like, stable for a team.
You know who he reminds me of? Somebody like for you, like you had like a Sean Lee. Somebody who he's going to be there. He'll be in the games. You can count him to be able to be there for those downs. He does that. That's exactly what you need him to do.
Switch league for.
Hey, I'm just saying. I mean, even though he's
taking a linebacker and pushing DT.
So
that's the last time y'all had run defense. Sean Lee.
I love Sean.
Yeah, but
yeah.
You can talk about your part who you thought Jay was popping off.
Oh, Mekhi Wingo looked good.
I was just about like.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he. I was looking the whole time. It was one of them where you kind of feel like, I mean, obviously, like, Fisk had the eye-popping stats. Lee had a lot of clout coming out of Iowa. He was known as being a workhorse. Jenkins, national champion team.
Yeah.
Sweat was known. Byron Murphy was known. I don't feel like they really, they'd like, oh, yeah, it was pretty good, and then glaze over it. And I'm like.
Are you watching that?
Really? Like, I don't feel like you can glaze. Like, he was putting in work.
Like
he was the last one to do every drill, so we all knew when he was coming. Because we were like, "Yo, it's his turn coming up next."
Yeah,
let's see.
And it was very like, okay, we're gonna.
Yeah.
That's definitely one of them. Because, like I said, he didn't seem like they were giving him the attention that I saw from the skill, watching him do things. And I could see somebody getting him in like a 4 or 5, or even maybe like pushing to a 6. you get one of the six.
Later on, everybody's trying to figure out why was he still there.
Why is he still here?
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, he's in a Pro Bowl in a year or two.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, well, yeah, that kind of wrapped that one up.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut him, but there's almost one person we also forgot. I don't want to forget about him. Darius Robinson. That was the guy who was 6'5", 285, ran 4'9". He was one from Mizzou who he didn't look in the beginning. He didn't look good in the drills, but when you saw his tape, long, late, pushing through, because he's one of the people when you come, he's like, dang, he doesn't look that good.
The way he plays doesn't, it wasn't until you saw the tape, the way he plays doesn't transfer well to these drills. He's got real long arms, he's real powerful, so, he's getting blocked and he just kind of reaches around and is disrupting the quarterback. Yeah. He's got 2 steps and he can touch him. And so you can't really tell that. They're trying to get him to bend and dip. He doesn't really have to do that. With that kind of length, you try to throw over that side screens, he's going to be batting them away. If they can get him any training to make sure he catches well, I could see him snatching screens all day. And that would, and he did have a lot of notoriety when he was playing for Mizzou this year.
Yeah,
they did, because the tape was great. The combine wasn't over, but like I said, as soon as you see the tape, you go, oh,
I get it.
That's not how you play, so who cares?
Yeah. You start winning, and that's...
Yeah,
that's all that matters, honestly.
Kind of had that Max Crosby length.
Okay.
Where like I said, a step or two, and he's already reaching and getting shoulder pads.
Yeah, I just see why they called him here.
Yeah.
I'm not to you, but I don't need to be either.
Myles Garrett, because Myles Garrett can do that.
Yeah.
Myles Garrett's long.
Hold him in place.
I got you, boss. You're going down.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't shake the tackle, but I can reach you around it. So who really cares?
Yeah, exactly.
It definitely looked. It was definitely very impressive tape.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess I'm excited for the future. I really am. This. This is just defense.
This is just. Your front seven of the defense.
Yeah.
We didn't get to the cornerback.
Yeah. And we didn't even talk about everybody. We grabbed kind of guys that stuck out to us.
But it was
there were some other guys that look good too. And there's people that have come out and had terrible combines. And they kept making fun of Patrick Mahomes the whole thing because his 40 time is terrible.
And they used them,
so they're making
his 40 time is not how it.
When he runs
in game time.
Some people need to see the fear in the man's in front of their eyes to get that juice going to play well. They need the quarterback to keep looking up scared, and then a dummy doesn't do that, so they don't get gassed up.
It's hard.
Beyonce is much better live than she is in the studio because you don't have that live atmosphere to gas you up. So, just because the combine may have gone average or even not even that well.
You need the crowd screaming. You need the adrenaline from the game. That savagery comes out.
And that's why after the combine and you get drafted, we have what you call training camp.
Yeah.
To be just excited, just like football just did it. I'm already training camp.
Because technically, what starts the next year is free agency.
Yeah.
Free agency technically what starts the new season of, because that's how the NFL year goes.
Season, yeah.
Free agent opens up.
This is kind of the end of college. This isn't really the start of NFL.
Yeah, so now you're getting ready to get into the 2010.
That's what I'm saying. This gets you, because once you get to the draft, you
exactly. Because then we have OTAs a couple weeks after.
This gets you excited for the draft, and then the draft gets you excited for training camp, and the training camp gets you excited for preseason, and I'm sorry, yes. And then
we'll be back talking about Hard Knocks before you know it.
The training camp gives you 1 or 2 stories,
and then I'll be crying by the end of the year again. So it all comes back around.
It's all full circle.
So I don't know. The worse we're expected to do, the more likely we end up doing something. So I'm hoping that this is
I tried to keep you on Earth last year. You wouldn't listen to me.
I'm excited. I think the Titans are going to make some. We have a good amount of. We have so much money to have in free agency. I'm hoping we bring in at least 2. I hope we bring in 5 people, but I hope we bring in 2 or 3 pieces. Something that can translate right away. So in the draft, we're able to be more precise in what we're picking.
Yeah.
That's all. And I'm looking forward to the new regime. So let's see what they got. See what Amy and Ron are going to put together. Brian Callahan. So. Oh man!
I think Dallas needs defense, and I hope we focus. We've never focused on defense. Pittsburgh get all the best defensive players, and like
Yeah, I already know. I already saw a couple of Steelers.
How is it possible that
because they go
Pittsburgh
get them.
makes? How
Because
do
they
they
spend
end up
first
winning
round
every
draft
year
picks on
every year?
defense.
They do. They go get defense, and then they get who's good and all. Like, all right, you'll work, and then they make it work. Like, because
They, I wonder in the draft process
Defense was chippy.
when they're looking for people, they're looking for that certain grit you have on the field. It doesn't translate into your everyday life because there has to be something that they're picking.
Pittsburgh goes and picks Steve Rogers.
Hey, Captain, yeah.
They go get every form of Captain America.
That might be the nerdiest thing you ever said. We're all like, yes.
I mean, isn't Villanueva actually a Marine? Was he Army or Marine?
I think he was Army Ranger.
That's right, he was a Ranger.
Yeah.
Like, literally,
Yeah.
you know, Ben Roethlisberger is like motorcycle Captain America.
That's not
Cam
funny.
Hayward.
I don't
is like
think he was
bearded
talking
Captain
about
America.
that.
Yeah, look, Hayward was Walter Payton Man of the Year. He was
Yeah,
the Walter
I
Payton-
wasn't making fun of the
Yeah,
accent.
Yeah, I knew you were.
I mean, he was the Walter Payton Man of the Year.
Who?
Can't remember.
Yeah, exactly.
This year.
You're right. Yes. I mean, that's who they go pick. Like, they want somebody who's going to, like, run their head into a wall with honor. You know? That's how they pick. And it works, every time.
It does. They know what they're looking for. And they, yeah.
Okay.
And they were all like, yeah. So,
How did they do it again? Like, we know how they do it. They've been doing it the same thing for, like, 100
but
years.
they can't seem. They seem like they're going back into that fountain of not having a quarterback.
Yeah, that was a long stretch. I think people remember
No,
before Ben
Before
Roethlisberger.
they went to that
Tommy Maddox,
like Neil McDonald or Neil O'Donnell. Yeah.
Was it Charlie
Roethlisberger
Batchin at
a
one
little
point?
bit like, where did he come from? He really
Yeah, I mean,
was.
Miami of Ohio.
Yeah, they really
He's
relied.
the reason guys like Carson Wentz and Josh Allen got a chance. You didn't go to schools like Miami of Ohio, North Dakota State. Not for a quarterback.
Yeah.
And now,
But,
look, he'll be,
Yeah.
next couple of years, he'll be getting his name called.
Oh,
Hopefully, your quarterback will be getting his name called this year. First ballot.
Like,
They-
But-
they've always
technically
hated on
already
Eli.
in there for ruining the like there's exhibits about him ruining Tom Brady's perfect season.
I'm
So,
not even saying, but this is. But my thing about it is, I don't see how you do that. They're not going to do that to the Manning.
the GOAT says he's a great
I mean, he has historical catches. Like,
Yeah.
historical drives.
Like,
But my
yeah.
thing is, okay,
There's no
we
Odell catch about.
we know where we know he should be in. It ain't up to us to who's going to vote.
Yeah.
And sometimes those voters get funky, and they get weird.
I always found myself taking up for Eli.
I
I've
really
been
do think
different
there's going to be
places
an
where I
uproar
end
if he
up
doesn't get
taking
in the
up
first
for
ballot.
because he gets
Obviously,
no
it
respect,
doesn't-
and it doesn't make sense to me. I've always
But honestly, I don't see how they don't do
You
it
got
because
well,
he should be.
the narrative is always he got carried by his defense. I'm sorry, that doesn't happen usually twice. He did it twice.
Sorry.
We were fighting
You know,
for a playoff
one
spot
of the
almost
hang on,
greatest
every year.
football
Hang on.
teams.
He led 2 game-winning touchdown
Drops
in the
in the Super Bowl and got
There's nothing. The defense, all it did was
both
he had to go score.
and he made plays.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like
Yeah.
the offense worked. He
Yeah.
made
He has
plays.
2 drives where he has 2 iconic plays.
Yeah.
With 2 different iconic catches in the Super Bowl.
It
I don't
was the
care. No
same.
one-
Yes.
And it wasn't even the same throw. It wasn't the same throw.
One was a sideline toe tap, and the other one was like triple coverage, like
In the middle of the
teardrop.
field.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
I
gonna be-
found myself defending him more than, and I'm a Cowboys. I'm like, how do I get in this argument? Like, what is this? But
Well, I think as a Cowboy fan, you got to watch games where he's playing again. Like, no, I watched the game. He played insane.
like,
And he was tough.
he's
tough.
tough. Like to never not.
The only reason
He
he missed the game was because
They could have let him do
technical
the first
BS.
one. Like,
Yeah.
they could have let him do the first snap. Then put
And
the
have
deal
him
in it.
sit down.
Have him run a running play. That way you don't got to worry about him messing up if you're
But
that
even
worried
still,
about
it's
it.
going to take a lot to beat that. Like,
Yeah.
he's. They show videos of him as a kid though. He's always been tough.
Yeah.
Like I watched his brother like bust his head in the wall, and he was just like.
So yeah, no, it's,
So
but it all started here.
in the guys right
Combine.
here, the combine. So we got part 2 coming up next week, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Part 2, we'll go ahead and talk. We'll get, QB, running back, wide receiver, O-line, and
DBs.
secondary. Very important pieces.
Yeah.
That's what I'm excited for. That's what we need.
You need a quarterback.
So we need quarterbacks. We need offensive line.
Yeah, I heard.
I need whatever we can bring in and bring me.
Eli won a Super Bowl with the 31st ranked offensive line. That is not
I
happening.
heard
again.
Daniel Jones is the man. That's what I hear. What you hear?
Please, Mars, don't make me cry.
I really hope you don't do anything. I don't know how much more we can take of this.
I will say
Of this
again,
blue drama. Look, go blue, and then the G-men. I can't keep doing this.
Doug, it will be crazy if we draft J.J. McCarthy because Wink Martindale left New York and went to Michigan. So if J.J. McCarthy leaves Michigan and goes to New York, this would be like the greatest thing.
And you know it. Is that it?
Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe.
It's the now, man.
Hey. Eli was said that he was a bum. He had all kinds of interceptions and fumbles, and then he started winning rings, and we got good. It took years before he started winning. It took him like 3-4 years.
He
and
do look like
really
he's
bad at
doppelganger. So
Okay.
So
There's no way we're not in the league where we get the chance to wait 3 or 4, because if not, Justin Fields would probably be staying.
well, this will be 3.
They're not.
No, this will be 4.
Yeah.
So technically we are because he's going to get to play. again
he's
because
playing
of the contract.
next year.
So he is going to get 3-4 years to develop, and so this would be about the time Eli started like, oh wow, no, you can play.
Okay.
But anyway, so all right, yeah, like we'll see.
We'll see. It's always next year, right? All right. See y'all
See
next
y'all.
week.
Peace.